Good evening, niggas and niggettes. What's going on? The dribble is here. The Verzus was awesome. I grew up, I lived in that. Totally awesome. I knew KRS-ONE was going to do all that extra shit, though. I knew he was. I knew he was. This is the blast master, KRS-ONE. And this is the culture of hip-hop. I knew he was going to do it. Shout out to DJ Scratch from EPMD and DJ Kid Capri. That shit with Red Alert and KRS-ONE at the end, towards the end, that shit was crazy. Hugh Ratcliffe, what's good, pimp? Shit, what's the word? Hip hop, don't stop. That shit was dope. Them niggas is still fire. Still fire and relevant. Kane was like, you lucky I stayed out of you and Shan shit. That shit was like that. Good evening. Did y'all enjoy the Versus battle? I most certainly did. It did a lot for me. My birthday was yesterday. That was a gift for me. He said, Buckshot still raw. Man, they brought the ruckus, man. With these Versus competitions are auditions for tours. They auditions for tours. It's like this. The Versus competition is a heat check. It's a heat check to see if you got any heat on your ass. You know what I mean? Stick you out there, see how the public respond to you. Is there a market? People will go see Big Daddy Kane and KRS in concert. He said, Kane, too much talking and I knew he was gonna do that. That's just how he hit. That's him. KRS, even though he was up there in the name of hip hop and yo, this is my brother, I love KRS was trying to end Kane. He would have tried to did that to anybody that got up there. The Blast Master don't really share the stage all like that. Y'all see how he was running wild. All in all, another classic. James Brooks. You seen the Carmines? He said, yeah, he was. No, he don't. Real good idea. They said they going on tour. I definitely go buy a ticket. I buy a ticket to see KRS-ONE and Kane. Especially if he gonna bring you know, all the co-stars and shit like that. Shout out to Hakeem Green from Channel Live. That's my dude. Loud and clear. Yeah. That was incredible. Man, they gotta be running on E. They gotta be running on E. What could be the next dope verses after Big Daddy Kane and KRS-ONE? He said, I wish G-Rap would have came out. Oh, you talking about when he was doing the symphony? Them niggas still sounded sharp, man. Craig G, like, that goes to show how potent how potent some of that music is. That goes to show how potent some of that music is, man. Some of that music was out before y'all was even born. And that shit still sounded dope. It didn't sound forced. It didn't sound like some music from a different era. It sounded like this was mixed and mastered yesterday. And this shit can go on the radio right now. Who did y'all have winning? I picked KRS after initially picking Big Daddy Kane. I had to sit and think about it. He said, Trump in prison, the best is yet to come. Speaking of prison, they just booked a white boy for 25 years in Dubai about some CBD oil. Gave his ass 25, a whole quart of water. He said, let the teacher teach. He said, Shantae. I wanted Shantae to do Gone Girl. Her voice is just timeless. She got a MC's voice. She's blessed with an MC's voice. Some MCs are blessed with an awesome MC's voice. Guru, Roxanne, Shantae, Half a Mil. It's a couple others. AZ, Talib Kweli, Mos Def. Some guys just got an awesome MC's voice. He said it is a perfect voice. Yeah. That should make you not want to go to Dubai. Yeah. Yeah. People's talking about that. The other countries not playing. They not playing with the United States. Keep y'all bullshit over there where y'all at. Keep that shit in America. All of that over there, the East, that's holy land. They feel like that's holy land. Don't bring your drugs and shit over there. They give you fair warning. If they book you and they give you 30, hey, you got to follow the rules. My era, real hip-hop it was. Kane was my choice. Why G-Rap declined? To be there. His verse on the symphony would have been lit. He said he declined to be there. I don't know. That sounds kind of funny. Is that the exact wording that was used? Maybe he wanted to be on stage and shit. Everybody always felt that Rakim and Kane should have been the battle because they traded, you know, jabs at each other in the 80s and shit. But somehow KRS-ONE got in there, and I think that was just, I think they made the right choice, Kane and KRS. They might be saving Rakim for G-Rap, if it ever happens. Did you need to be vaxxed to be in the building? I don't know. I actually had a ticket to go, and my birthday was yesterday. I had to be with my peoples and shit, so I couldn't get on the road or nothing like that. But shout out to Stan Spit and Herb McGruff and shit. Them niggas bought me a ticket to go. I was supposed to be with them. He said Rakim would have got washed. I doubt it. We need a Slick Rick versus. It's a guy on YouTube, one of these jail channels. One of these jail channels on YouTube got a video about Slick when he was on Rikers Island. Subscribe to the channel, hit the bell so you get the notifications. I know I ain't been on live in a minute. I've been doing a surgery. I got 3 mouses on my desk. I've been doing a surgery, editing this Kenny Anderson piece I have, but I still hit y'all with part 2 of Sleepy Brown from the Dungeon Family. Talk about meeting Big Boy and Dre from Outkast. Make sure y'all check that out. He said, what Fat Joe don't like Chris Withers for what? That's Pun's son. Maybe they got some type of differences. I don't know what they could be. Both, I don't know. I don't know what it is. Maybe some money. Could be. 8 minutes. I had to slide through here and talk about this Verzus that just went off. This incredible Verzus. KRS-ONE, man. Call him the fountain of youth. All of that energy, all of that stage presence and energy. Did one of Big Daddy's dancers pass away? Did Scrap pass away? Or something like that? Cause I only seen one of the dancers and shit. I think that was Scoob that was there and shit. KRS-ONE versus LL may have worked too. That would have been good. I seen Moni Love on Instagram calling for Public Enemy versus Run DMC. I don't know what that would go like, but Jam Master Jay ain't around no more and shit, man. It just wouldn't be complete. Wouldn't be complete. Man. Boom, boom. I seen an interview with Scott LaRock's son saying he hasn't heard from KRS once. From KRS not once since his pops passed. I don't know what to say. I'm gonna leave that alone. But yeah, I enjoyed the verses. Where y'all at on the BMF series? Where y'all at on the BMF series? Y'all still tuned in? New series dropped this week. That dude Lamar is buck wild. He buck wild. They got to do something about him. He said Versus was classic tonight. I think like 80% of the verses have been classics. It ain't really been a bad one yet. Somebody, I think Teddy Riley and them audio was a little fucked up, but I ain't seen a weak one yet. All of them been fire. He said BMF is no joke. My man said Big Daddy Kane was horrible. This is something that I told somebody about Big Daddy Kane, right? This is what I told him. In regards to the old school rappers and shit, in regards to the old school rappers like Big Daddy Kane, um, he has to understand that in hip hop, at no time do you want to look old. You don't want to look old. Now, excuse me, Big Daddy Kane been wearing them big hats and shit for years, and them suits and shit. He been doing that for years. He was wearing suits. He rapped about wearing silk suits and shit like that in the 80s. It's 2021. He's like 3 decades removed from his prime, and he's performing primarily in front of a generation that's he's probably new to them. So when they see him and he dressed like somebody's grandfather, it's just gonna complicate the package. Not saying that he should have came out with a goddamn starter jacket on. Just you didn't have to dress up. You didn't have to come out there looking like Aaron Hall and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? You didn't have to come out there with the guy shit. Everybody wasn't. Everybody just ain't with that. It don't go good for everybody. But all in all, he said this old heads hating rap is freaking hella dumb. Old heads have wisdom, bro. I don't know what you said, man. You need to get your verbiage together and shit. But I'm just keeping it real. You don't want to look old, man. You don't want to look old, man. Like you don't. You don't. You don't. You don't. You don't. He said he could have put on a tracksuit. He could have. He could have put on a Sergio Tacchini or just could have put on some b-boy shit. But at the same time, you got to remember, he's a smooth operator. He been doing that for a long time. So ain't nobody gonna tell Kane to switch up his package. KRS-One for the win. Facts. He said Kane just don't have enough material. Does KRS-One dreads grow? He'd probably be cutting them. They was long at a point in time. They was down here at a point in time. He said, yo, Gully, that was funny. He had on the Temptation gear. Yeah. Dressed like the Temptations at a rap battle and shit. And you doing dances and shit. Like, you got to wonder if that shit is aging correctly. You got to wonder if it's aging correctly. And again, ain't nobody going to tell Michael Jordan how to perform. You know, Big Daddy. Seen that headache doc Duke was bugging. He had to been a top 10 pick in the league. I thought so. Bone versus Naughty by Nature is the next verses I heard. He had old man energy, bro. It's not old man energy. That's who he is. That's how he act. One of his first videos, man, ain't no half stepping. He had on a suit. He's been wearing suits and shoes and shit like that. He rough leather fashions and tucked silk suits. That's just him. That's him. Smooth operator. We gotta it makes you wonder how well a smooth operator's going to fare in a versus battle. So yeah. Dudes that be saying they need to retire versus can't be from the culture, the possibilities are endless. I agree with you. I agree with you. Kane killed it when he spit on a new school beat. He got flow. His flow has never been questioned. It never. Back to BMF for 1 minute. 1 minute. Is y'all watching the BMF series? Is y'all watching the BMF series? There's a couple things that I seen on there, man. I'm like, okay. Um, I don't think Meech and them should have did a deal behind old head back like that. They shouldn't. They was wrong for that. They was wrong for that. They was 100% wrong for that. Even though it's being depicted that, you know, the old timers trying to keep them in a certain place. They race horses and shit. He got to monitor them and shit. Anybody that's from that understands what's going on in that relationship. But for them to go and try to bust a move with homeboy's partner, that wasn't right. That wasn't right. That wasn't right. That wasn't right. Grimy. And you see how it worked out for him. Didn't work out. He said this was the best show out of all of them. He said old head started smoking crack. We see him smoking. Well, we didn't see him smoke. We seen him with the pipe. Fam, it was niggas that was able to function with that shit for years. It's probably some, I'm pretty sure, still around that's operating like that. Some niggas from a different generation smoking cocaine was like normal shit to them. They put it in their weed. I didn't see no stumble in him. I didn't see the old head stumbling. Y'all talking about he said you just said he was smoking crack, but every time they show him, he telling them niggas, man, get my fucking money. Get my money. So it can't be affecting him because he's still holding. He able to serve, I think the last episode, Meech went and tried to buy 3 bricks from me. He said, nah, you can't get 3. I'll sell you 1 and front you the rest. That don't sound like he's stumbling. He said, there's a few, my G, and still hold their weight in real time. Yeah. The combination made my eyes bleed. Damon Wilson, good evening. Make sure y'all hit the like button on y'all way in here. Marion Barry hit that pipe and ran a city, got reelected. Hit the pipe and got reelected. Got caught hitting the pipe on camera, on the news in front of everybody. When they seen him get caught smoking the pipe, they said, oh, he really down. He really one of us. We got to reelect him. Yep. He said only in D.C. But y'all didn't give me your opinion. Don't y'all think that when Meech and Terry did by going behind his back and start trying to fuck with homeboy, don't you think that was a little rotten? That was a little rotten though. He said in the long run it don't work out. Nah, it don't. He said he was sniffing something, not smoking. That was a pipe that was on his that was a pipe that was on his desk when Demetrius came into his office and he started cleaning off his desk and shit. That was a pipe. That had nothing to do with sniffing, fam. He said Lamar gotta go. If Lamar is removed from the series, it's gonna fuck it up right now. You can't remove him. You can't kill him off. You can't. He's one of the catalysts. He might be a bigger star than Demetrius. He might be a bigger star on the show than Demetrius, the villain. Yeah, what y'all think about that? He said he the bad man. He said Lamar's a nightmare. He doing whatever the fuck he want, that's for sure. You see how quick he turned that chick? When he came home, she acted like he didn't know him. That nigga got his chips up. Diamond necklace. Oh my God, Lamar. He said Lamar is the breakout star. I agree. He said, word, my G, Lamar official. Could have been for the hoes. Y'all like this video? It's almost 300 people here. I know it's late. He said, perfect nemesis to meet you on the show. I posted a picture on my Instagram at Gully TV World of the real Lamar. His name is Leighton Smith or some shit like that. Alton Smith. Something like that. Leighton something. Anyway, it's a picture of him, his real name, and it's a picture of him on my IG. Yeah, he was a real person. Make sure y'all check out my latest interview. I uploaded part 2 of the Sleepy Brown sit down. He talked about how he met Andre and Big Boy from Outkast and how they became family. Somebody in my comments said I was in federal prison with Charles Flannery in 2010 in Loretto, PA. And the actor playing Charles act just like him. He said the stuff Charles would say. He said, you started the Sleepy Brown wave. He was on 85 South now. I don't know. I don't think I started it. He's been on a couple of platforms and shit. I probably sent him on a run, you know. He said, how many parts of the Sleepy Brown interview? It's actually 2. I took a portion of it and I put it on Instagram. Everything don't make it to YouTube. So make sure you follow me on IG at Gully TV World and follow the sports platform. The sports platform is going live this week. Monetization. I need 4,000. I needed 4,000 watch hours, and I got that in a couple of months. So we good. He said the BMF series got me watching old Smack DVDs on YouTube. If you go watch that old BMF footage on YouTube from back in the day and listen to Blue Da Vinci and listen to what he was saying, he was a little man. He was acting like a little man the whole time, but he wasn't a little man. Nigga was handling kilos and shit. He was. KRS-ONE. Hip-Hop 1. There's no losers in this one. They going on tour. I'm pretty sure KANE got an idea what can work now, what won't work. KRS-ONE went, I knew a freestyle was coming from KRS. I knew it. KRS-ONE freestyle was flawless. That was a real freestyle, y'all. That wasn't some bars that I got written. No. That was a real freestyle. People don't even do that shit like that no more. And it was flawless. Just perfect. You could have recorded it. KANE was lyrically superior. He said, KRS, he killed the free. He did. We gonna hear that freestyle. Mad Lion did his thing. Everybody forgot all of them dudes was down with Boogie Down Productions. I knew what it was. And I knew KRS-ONE was going to bring them all. I knew he was going to bring them. If Miss Melody was there, he would have brought her. I knew the self-destruction verse was going to be played, all of that. KANE brought out Roxanne. That was dope. He brought out Craig G and Master Ace, too, I believe. And I knew a freestyle was 100% coming. I didn't know that DJ Scratch. Did y'all see DJ Scratch pull out the Air Jordan? Did y'all see DJ Scratch pull out the Air Jordan? That shit that DJ Scratch and Kid Capri was doing tonight, that's new to y'all. That used to be a part of all hip-hop songs. You used to, at some point on the track, you oh, shit. Yo, did y'all see him pull out the... Y'all see he had the sneaker? He said that part was so fire. That shit was fire as fuck. He said Jason Scratch with the mask. He was tripping for real. Hey, yo, yo. Scratch was tripping. He said Scratch was trying to bully him. Kane had to dead it. That nigga, he went off when he had a sneaker in his hand, like, damn. I got that part. I gotta for sure play back. That yeah, yeah. We should have a versus. They should let them go at it. I wonder how we could have a versus between two DJs and shit. DJ Scratch and Kid Capri. I know Scratch got more relevant songs, but just see if they can get up there and do some blends and cut and see who the best. He said he wanted to go in. I follow DJ Scratch on Instagram. If you follow him on IG, you know that he be on that type of shit. He be doing that on his live. He said like they did in Juice. Exactly. Exactly. He said I might give Scratch the victory over Capri. It looked like Scratch was on the attack and Kid Capri was counterpunching. Skillfully counterpunching. He let nigga, I'm up in here too. He said Scratch would have killed him. Just off of DJ Scratch's work on Gold Digger. Doom. Doom doom. Shit. Kid Capri don't want none of that. Then he got all of that EPMD. So what you saying? Doom 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 doom. Yeah. He said Kid Capri freestyle wasn't bad. It wasn't bad at all. I was impressed. I was impressed. He said Kid Capri isn't a slouch, but DJ Scratch is a problem. Known problem for a long time. I think Kid Capri was more so known for mixing and shit like that. He was a host of, I think Kid Capri was a DJ on Def Comedy Jam. You know what I mean? He's a show DJ. I don't. DJ Scratch is somebody that you take to war. He said, who's the best DJ ever? One of them was on stage tonight. DJ Scratch is one of them. Jam Master Jay is one of them. What's my man name? Premier is one of them. Cut Creator. K-Rock. K-Rock, that was a MC Light DJ. It was a time when all relevant hip hop groups had a DJ. DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince. Like, he said Jazzy Jeff versus DJ Scratch will be interested. He said Scratch might be top 5. I got Scratch in the top 5. I do. Easily. He been doing damage a long time. He said Cash Money. Shout out to the Philly DJs. Red Alert and KRS-ONE, they killed that shit together. That was live. That was live. That was dope to see them moving around like that. That's cardio exercise. Terminator X, Red Alert. He said they all look up to Jeff. I know that Jeff used to win competitions and shit. I'm from Pennsylvania. I know that they used to have DJ battles in Philadelphia. And I believe Jeff used to win that shit. Scratch has just been in hip hop forever. He has, period. My man said Scratch is number 1. Jazzy Jeff. LL Cool J versus Rakim. Buckshot spazzed out. DJ Miz. Yeah, y'all going hard with the Philly DJs is always in it. Rock Raider, Howie T. Jam Master Jay. Not around no more, but they used to rap about DJ. Jam Master Jay had his own songs and shit. Peter Piper, that was for Jay and shit. He's the better of the best, best believes he's the baddest. A lot of guts. When he cuts, girls move their butts. Oh, shit. He said Jeff carried the hip-hop torch for a while. I know he did. Don't forget Pete Rock. Y'all naming these guys. Pete Rock is more known for production. I don't know about nothing that Pete Rock was cutting on and shit like that. You feel me? I think Pete Rock used to rap at sometimes. Pete Rock used to rap a little bit. Didn't Pete Rock used to rap a little bit? It's been a long ass time. I think Pete Rock used to. He had a few. Pete Rock might have rapped a little bit. Nobody want to get in the ring with Busta Rhymes. Check out the Soul Survivor album. Exactly. I had that CD that had an afro on the front with an afro pick or some shit. He said, yeah. He said Pete Rock has some dope verses. Okay, so let's take Pete Rock out of the DJ battle and shit. Like Mecca and the Soul Brother. I thought he used to rap. He said he definitely rapped. He started to turn into a producer like as the 90s progressed and shit. Chris called out Busta. Chris can go with Busta. He probably used a lot of his artillery on KANE, but shit, he could have went with Busta. Busta ain't just clean sweeping a motherfucker. He gonna have an electrifying performance. He gonna have high energy shit. He gonna have Spliff Star up there dancing with him and clowning. He has to battle a Titan. He do. He said they better leave Busta alone. Rock Raider and the Executioners. My man, Fat Man Scoop, he down with them and shit, them DJs. He said Busta gonna clean sweep. Shout out to Showbiz and AG. I spoke to Andre the Giant over the weekend. He the one put that interview together with the Girl Code. The Girl Code is up next from New York City. Y'all heard me say it, right? It ain't no girl rap groups that's really popping like that. We've seen attempts at girl rap groups. This one right here is a little bit more authentic. This is a little bit more believable. $50 versus Ross will be dope. If 50 battles somebody, he gonna use that soundtrack from Power. He gonna use them songs. He gonna use them songs. He got some songs associated with them soundtracks that's fire low key. He gonna use them. He said it was refreshing. It was authentic hip hop. My man said KANE outfit was trash. I wasn't fucking with it either. I wasn't. That wasn't it. He said them soundtrack songs is fire. Yes, they is. He said his songs for the show all be fire. Yeah, remember you gonna have to battle them joints. He said them chicks good together. Just hope they have good careers. Excuse me. Light versus Latifah. That's nice. That's nice. That's nice. I don't know if they can go 20 deep. They can go 10. They can go a good 10. 10 is good for them. 12. Light versus Latifah. That's nice. He said, people act like 50, not that dude. Did you see his Instagram post yesterday? He said, people act like I only got one album. I got two. The Massacre sold 1.2 million in its first week. He went platinum in his first week. He said Lamar role is similar to 50 Cent role in Power. Man, Lamar is up there with Omar. Lamar is up there with Omar already. He went in the sneaker store. He told the chick, get him the black and white ones and get his crew the all white ones with the black check. He said Lamar is Lamar. He's from the United Kingdom. He actually got other work out on TV. He got a couple of different joints now. This BMF series is his breakout role in America. But I looked him up. He got other shit on Netflix. He's on Netflix like 3 times. He said he know Omar, bro. He said Omar was different. So you don't think when he sprayed that Mac in that house, you don't think that was Omar activity? When he walked in there with the Mac, here, kitty, kitty, kitty. You don't think that was Omar type shit? That was Omar. That was Omar whistling. Man, Omar used to come through whistling and shit. That situation in that dope house, man. Woo. That was hectic. He said Lamar can't mess with Omar. 50 could win against anyone off mixtape songs alone. He said Lamar is Kobe to Omar is Jordan. I stand down. No Omar, y'all. He ain't ready for Omar. He got to create more havoc. He got to survive. Omar wasn't nobody doing nothing to Omar. Omar was jumping out of windows, 3-story apartments, all kind of shit. He said, who's Lamar? Lamar is the lead Goonie on the BMF series. He said Lamar can't deal with Brother Muzon. Omar was a menace. I believe that Lamar is turning into a menace. Don't you think he's a menace? All of the latest episodes, you keep hearing them niggas, we gotta do something about this nigga Lamar. KRS-ONE was the better performer tonight. Came with more energy. He said, Busta and Split versus Chuck and Flav. That's nice. He said, Omar went to go get some cereal in the robe and got a pack. Niggas threw packs outside. Hey, yo! Hey, yo! Hey, yo! Oh my goodness. Yo! Oh my, I forgot about that episode. Hey, yo! He said Lamar went to get some cereal in a robe and got a pack. Niggas throwing that shit out the window. Oh my goodness. Yo. Yo. He didn't even want that shit. He told him, man. Hey, yo. That shit was crazy. He said Omar was the worst. The nigga said, hey, yo, Omar, I got a Mac 10 behind the door. He said, I don't think so. Why don't you just throw it out? He said, don't make me huff and puff and blow your house down. I take it back. Lamar got to get his rec up. No, I was blaspheming. That was blasphemy. Rest in peace, Michael K. Williams. Yeah, I was wrong. Sorry. Anyway, he said Omar all over. He said, what was those on Kane's feet? Probably something Italian. Could have been Gucci. I'm pretty sure it was pricey. He's not like no corny guy, nothing like that. He's just wearing shit that's from his era, and he's like stuck there, and it ain't aging right. Cedric the Entertainer will wear some shit like that that Big Daddy Kane had on. But he ain't gonna have it on all the time. Like you see Cedric in regular shit. You probably see Kane in regular shit, but he just ain't. Nah. Y'all share this live stream. It's about to be 1 a.m. on the East Coast. He said it's probably Versace. He dressing his age. Versace was on his feet. I believe it. Shout out to Big Daddy Kane. Kane was bringing that shit too. I couldn't wait for Warm It Up Kane. I couldn't wait for Raw. I knew that shit was all. He said Buckshot getting hollered at. He said Jay-Z versus Eminem. You know motherfucking well Eminem can't beat Jay-Z in no verses. He said Omar was the Wayne Perry of DC. KRS-ONE, yeah. Hands down, everybody already agreed. But it was a great performance. Kane should have just came out with a tracksuit and rope chain. A velour would have did him justice for the night. A little velour and shit. That's casual. He gonna need more than a debatable Renegade verse to beat Jay-Z, yo. Stop it. We don't even listen to Eminem. How you think Eminem verses would go down and people don't even listen to him? That shit'll be coming on. He probably get a couple joints out. People be excited, man. But the rest of them is like... The crowd was singing KRS songs. KRS has more anthem-style songs than Big Daddy. We got Kane supporters. Kane said, nah. They said, nah, Kane won. It's going to be divided. Y'all don't have to take my opinion on it. I believe that the consensus say the KRS-ONE won the battle, though. He said KRS-ONE can't help the crowd knows his music. OG, I appreciate your super chat. He said KRS-ONE from the New York crack era. Kane is too. Let's take one last vote before I get up out of here. Who y'all feel won, Kane or KRS-ONE? Everybody, just one time, one vote. It's almost 400 people here. I'm gonna look at the first 50, 60, 70 votes. Let's see. I'm gonna tell y'all, KRS, Kane, 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 KRS, 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 Kane, 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 KRS, Kane, KRS, Kane, KRS, Kane, KRS, Kane. I'm not joking, that's how they coming in. KRS, Kane, KRS, KRS, Kane, Chris, Kane, Kane. Think it's gonna be a draw, y'all. Think it's a draw. It's a draw. Everybody like who they like. They very, very visible in the chat, that's for sure. It's a lot of support for Kane in here, a little bit more than I thought at first. I thought that KRS-ONE clearly won, but there's a lot more support for Big Daddy Kane than I thought. And y'all reading the same comments as me, so y'all can see how everybody feels. It's clearly a draw. It's clearly a tie. said it's really equal. He said hip hop rule number 1, don't battle KRS-One. Y'all reading the same comments that I'm reading. I'm just reading what y'all saying, and it seems to be terribly divided. Anyway, I enjoyed the whole Versus battle. I'm about to go back and look at it again. I'm mainly going to look at the little scratch battle between DJ Kid Capri and DJ Scratch. Anyway, hip hop won tonight. If you're not from this generation, that was your first time being exposed to that vintage, those fine pieces of art, those immaculate lyrics and shit. I hope you enjoyed it. Play that back. And go get some of those albums, the Blueprint of Hip Hop, Long Live Kane. Go get some of them joints. They're around. After the versus battles, everybody's streamings and shit goes up. So for the next week, everybody gonna be streaming Kane and KRS. Shout out to them both. He said KRS sounded outdated to me. It's even. I'm up out of here. I appreciate y'all for coming through. I'll see y'all in the AM. Peace.